Hi, my name is Moksh Sharma and I'm working as a Salesforce developer in CRM Landing Private Limited. Today we are going to learn about what is Salesforce CPQ and how it is different from the Service and Sales Cloud. Okay, so first of all, to have a Salesforce CPQ Developer Edition org, you need to go up to this link and you need to fill up all the details, right? Which you do with a normal Salesforce developer org. Okay, first name, last name, email address, role, company, country, postal code, username, and stuff like this. Okay, there are two things that you need to remember while filling up this. First of all, that the email address you are going to use here should be a fresh or a new email address, because this does not support any email address which has been previously linked with a Salesforce org. Okay, and the second thing is that this Salesforce APK org only lasts for about 90 days. Okay, afterwards it gets on subscription basis. That are the two things that you need to remember about Salesforce CPQ org. After creating the org, the UI basically remains the same. There is no sudden change in the UI, and most of the functioning is also the same. The difference comes in the calculation part of it. Okay, how the objects and the products are being calculated on their unit price and whatnot. Okay, so let's start with what you need to do first after creating your org. You need to go in the setup menu. At the home button, you need to type as installed packages. Okay, and in installed packages, what you're going to see is this. Okay, Salesforce CPQ package name. Okay, you need to click configure over here and it will open a dialog. On pricing and calculation, there is a checkbox as by the name of use legacy calculator. By default, it comes checked. You need to uncheck it, and there is a new calculator service enable URL just below this. You need to click on that and allow the services, enable the services that it gives, and save it. Okay, these are the first step that you need to do after creating an Salesforce CPQ. You will see a lightning app named as Salesforce CPQ. You need to go over here. Okay. Now, coming to this point, I hope everyone has an org. Plus, at the same time, they have done the things that I have told you. Uncheck the use legacy calculator. Plus, at the same time, new calculation services, enable that. Okay. Now, when you come to this point, you see multiple tabs: account, opportunities, quotes, orders, right? And most of them are similar to what we have seen in Sales and Service Cloud, right? So let's traverse them one by one and see what is different. And we'll start from something which is unfamiliar to us, right? Which we don't know. Okay. So this is accounts. This is pretty much standard. Okay. You have all the accounts list, Edge Communication, Gene Point, and stuff like that. S-Force. Okay. These are basic accounts that you get in the or in the installed packages, to be precise. Okay. Opportunities is the same. Right. The one thing that we have, which we didn't used to have, is like quotes, right? We didn't work with quotes that much. So let's see what kind of quotes we have. Laptop for front office, printer for back office, stuff like that. Orders. We have multiple orders over here and products. Now, the whole thing is based on products. Okay. So in this particular organization, we have the guy deals in tablets, video camera, copy mining, copy machine, CPUs, right? And electric doors and logs and whatnot, right? So let's see what is a product and how the product functions, and then we'll go into creating an account, then opportunity, then multiple codes for it, and then orders. Okay, but let's go with products because we haven't deal with products that much in sales and service. Let's deal with products now. Okay, so if you go on the edit button, you get to the edit record page of the product. We have the product name is active, product code, product family, which consists of multiple values. Okay, none, hardware, software, service, support, consumable. Okay, and miscellaneous, right? We have some Salesforce CPU configuration, which will come to that in a while. Okay, and then we have product selection. We have Salesforce CPQ pricing. Okay, this is an important part. We are going to discuss this in detail today. Okay, so starting from the start, what do we have? We have an optional. We have hide prices and search result. Okay, I'll tell you why this checkbox is important and how we can use this. Price editable, as the name explains, is self-explanatory that you let the sales rep decide what the price can be. Okay. Now the major thing is subscription pricing. Okay. We have particularly two types of products. One is a physical entity, okay, which you can buy, take home, and then forget about it. Right. Something like a laptop. You pay for it once, then you don't have to pay for it. It's over. You can take the laptop home and you can use it. And one is something like Netflix, okay, which you have to pay every month, right, for the services they provide. Okay, for the it's a subscription based product, and one is an asset based product. Okay, so for asset based product, okay, what do you do in subscription pricing? You have to do none. Okay, you have to select none, and for a subscription based product, you have to select fixed price or percent of total. I'll tell you what percent of total is in a while, but fixed price is that whatever the price of that particular product is, it's gonna remain the same. Okay, it's gonna and if we are gonna select fixed price, then the subscription term comes in play. If it is fixed price, right, then the subscription term comes into play. Okay, the subscription term can be 12 months, 13 months. If you are going to select the fixed price, then the subscription term comes into play. It can be 12 months, 36 months, or whatever according to the particular product. Okay. We have a percent of total category, right? We have a pricing table, which will come to later. Okay. Cost editable, as the name again explains itself, right? So now what is this percent of total category? We can select it as in hardware or software. Okay, first select it as none for showing you something. Okay, and this is none as well. Okay, and let's save this record. Okay, we'll come to all other details in a while, but just for a use case, right? Let's save this record. We have done what changes we have done in this. We have in the percent of total category, we have selected none. Before it was hardware. Let's go into quotes. Okay. In a particular quote, you need to click on it. Okay. Now, when you see, now there are two key differences here. Okay. If you click on this edit, you will go to quote edit record page. Right. Listen to me very carefully. If you hit this edit, you will go to a code edit record page. You are going to edit this code particularly. Right. And if you if you hit edit lines, right, you are going quote lines editor, right? This is a quote line editor page. Okay. Now we are gonna select this as nothing because we don't want and start it and end it right now. And we are gonna select 10-inch laptop or tablet, right? It's a hardware family, and we select it as this. We select it. So tablet. We select it. Just a second. Let's repeat this. And we are going to add one more product. In loss and damage, okay. So you'll always need a cover for hardware products, right? Okay. You'll get a loss and damage warranty or a guarantee or some kind of stuff with it, which helps you in its protection, right? Here we have selected it as percent of total. The subscription pricing is percent of total. Now, what percent of total? The percent of total of the total price of a particular product. That is what this percent of total means, like GST. Okay, what does GST apply? Are you getting my point? It's something as of taxation, right? Percent of total of the total product. Okay. In the percent of total category, right now we have selected hardware. Let's select none. Okay. By default, it comes none as well. Okay. So percent of total category is none, and we save the records. And afterwards, we are gonna go here, add a product, and here we are gonna select loss and damage warranty. Loss damage warranty, right? Checkboxes, select. So we are on the code line editor, right? So here we are gonna add products. Okay. So the first one was the 10-inch tablet, right? So we are going to type in 10 and we have the 10-inch tablet, and we are going to select it, add it to the list. Okay. The second product was the loss and damage warranty. Okay. So we are going to select loss, this one, loss and damage, checkbox it, and then select. Okay. So as you can see over here, right, what is the total price? Okay, just a second. In the price book, as you can see, the list price of loss and damage is by default set as $0. But over here, because we have selected the price of total as 10%, we are getting the answer 15. Okay, just one sec. Let's remove this and add another product. And we are going to select a software based product right now. Okay, so what do we select? Let's select what to select. Okay, uh, let's select soft phone license. Okay, soft phone license. Let's select this. Now this is a software based product. The loss and damage should not be applied to this. Okay, let's select this, and we have added two. One is a 10-inch laptop tablet, and the second one is a soft phone license. Now, as you all know, that soft phone license is a software thing. It's not a hardware thing. You don't have a loss and damage warranty on software things, right? But let's add loss and damage and see if it gets applied to this. Okay, the loss and damage one. Okay. Now see, when we selected only tablet, okay, it was $15, but now we have selected soft phone as well. It's $17.50, right? So why does this happen? Because we don't want loss and damage on software-based product. We only want that on a hardware-based product, because hardware only will have the loss and damage warranty thing, the software won't, right? So we have extra $2.50, that is 10% of $25, right, added to $15. Okay, making it a total of 17.50. Now what if you want to change this? Okay, you don't want the loss and damage to apply on the software based product. So what you are going to do, you are going to travel back to loss and damage, edit this. Okay, and after editing is, what in the percent of total category you are going to select hardware only. Okay, right, and you have to save it. Okay, now let's duplicate this tab and go into the product section of 10-inch tablet. Right, here's the 10-inch tablet. Let's edit this, and what we are going to see, we are going to see percent of total category selected as none. What if we have to select it hardware over here as well? Okay, and do nothing else and just save it. Okay, save this. You go back to the quote. Okay, refresh this page now. And what we are going to do, we are going to add tablet and the soft phone license again, and we are going to see the right. We are going to see whether the loss and damage gets applied to the soft phone as well or not. Okay, that is what we are going to see. Now select soft phone license. Okay, let's add this. And let's add one more, which is loss and damage. We have added loss and damage as well now. And now see, what happens is the loss and damage only gets applied to the 10-inch tablet. Okay, it does not get applied to the soft phone license. Okay, which should be the case, right? So we are going to save this, and this is what about codes and products that we have learned. Okay, now we are going to see how we can create an opportunity from an account, quotes from an opportunity, and how does an order get selected from the particular quotes. Okay, you're going to see the basic difference. I hope you understood it till this part, right? What is the difference between hardware and software, asset based product and subscription based product? What is the major core difference, and what we are going to do if we want to have some segregations like this one that I did? Okay, um, between the software license, between the software product and the hardware product, how we can segregate. Okay, now see, this is not something that you as a CPQ developer would do. This is the job of a sales rep, right? Sales representative, to add products and to multiply thing, right? This is his job. You can add additional discount over here. The net unit price is locked by default. Okay, now let's see what I told you about this checkbox. Okay, just a sec, let it load. Hide price in search result. Okay, what does this checkbox do? Okay, I told you I'll show you this later. Now, if you check this checkbox and save it, right? You go on code, you refresh it again. Okay, and then you add the product, the 10-inch laptop again, tablet. You add the product, the 10-inch 10-inch tablet. Now see, the list price that was displayed over here is now gone. Okay, that's a very important thing to notice, that we can do a lot of things which will require a lot of a lot of codes when we were doing it by service and sales, right? We used to write, we have to write triggers and whatnot. But here we have these kind of automation which makes our life easier. Okay, but the understanding is very complex. The bundling of products is very complex, and that is what you need to understand. If you got this, then I think you will be a good CPQ developer. Okay, this is all about products and codes we are going to learn. Okay, now let's move on to a different topic altogether. Okay, field sets. Okay, let's select this right now. Okay, what is field set? If we go on to add products, this particular section, right, this has this product family, list price, product name, and what if you want to hide some of these, right? You don't want to show product name, or you want to show product description as well. So what you need to do? Okay, to the setup menu, right? And then from the object manager, you need to go on to the product, right? In the quick find, you need to type as product, right? This is our product, and in the field sets, right, we have the search result, search filters, right? Go into the search filters. Here we have product code, product name, product family, right? And we can add one more. Let's add product description over here, and let's save it. Okay. Now what this will do, this will make changes over here as well. Okay, what changes it will make? We'll have a column by the name of product description over here as well. Okay, let's go on to add product. Okay, it didn't do that. Let's just do the search result filter, and let's add product description from here, and let's save it. Now it will do it. Okay, now let's go on to the add product. Now we have product description as a new table header over here as well, and you can see that this has some data which has been filled by the sales rep or the person who made the products, added over here as well. So this is what I wanted to show about. This is all about field sets, products, okay, codes, code line editor, and all about this stuff. Okay, and code line, right, and multiple quotes and orders from account as well. Okay, you go on to account, you click on new account, right? So in new account, you give the name of test one, right? Test one, and you give the rating as home. Parent account we don't give, okay, and yeah, renewal pricing is the same, and let's save this, right? Now the test one account is open. Okay, now see the related quick links is contacts, opportunities, quotes, assets, and subscriptions. Okay, now let's create an opportunity. Okay, let's create an opportunity for test one. Okay, so the opportunity name is test one, test one opportunity, right? And the amount is 10,000. The close rate is let's give it $2. The stage is qualification. All of this you know because I think you have worked on sales and sales. That's why you are here. And let's say this, right? So we have created an opportunity for a account. Okay. Now let's go to this opportunity. Okay. Now in this opportunity, you can create multiple things. Okay. As you can see, you have quotes, you have products, you have quote documents, you have contracts, renewal contracts, and stuff like this attached to it. Okay, so let's go on new quote. Let's create a quote for it. Okay, the subscription term, as I told you, I know the subscription term. Let's go on new quote and make a new quote for this particular opportunity. Right, this quote should be named as quote one test. Right, 12 start date should be today only. Okay, and now what is this if primary checkbox? Okay, so for a particular opportunity, we can have multiple quotes. Okay, that is what it means to have, like, for a particular organization, there can be multiple quotes. Okay, for a particular opportunity, and the organization decide whatever suits them the most. Okay, whatever is the most beneficial for them or whatnot, right? If you check this is primary checkbox, okay, what it will do, it will convert that particular code into an order which will have a contact. Okay, so this is how the hierarchy goes around. An opportunity for a particular organization will have multiple codes. Okay, and in that in from those particular codes, you have this checkbox named as primary. If you check this, that code will become your particular order. Okay, get this in your head that suppose for example there is an organization A and multiple buyers and multiple service providers comes to them, right, and tells them that I have this particular code, I have this particular code, and I have this particular code. Okay, now the organization will have the upper hand. Okay, will have the opportunity. Okay, a particular opportunity for those services, right, to select from them A, B, C, right, whichever suits them the most in any way possible. Okay, so for now you click on save. Okay, and there is a new code added, right? Now you click on this code. Okay, you go over here and now you go on to edit lines. Okay, I have already told you the difference between going on to edit lines and going on to edit will take you to the code edit record page. Okay, this is where you edit the code. Okay, you have the parent account, you have the parent opportunity. Okay, you can add the primary contact over here and you have the sales rep, right, which drafted this particular order. Okay, you have the primary checkbox and the contact information for all those things, right? The list amount is still zero, regular amount is zero, customer amount is zero, net amount is zero. You can edit all of these. I'll show you how you can edit. Okay, and let's just close this for now and go on to edit lines, right? By clicking on to edit lines, you will go on to the quote line editor. Okay, now it asks you to choose a price book, right? We have only one price book right now. Okay, that is the standard price book, but you can choose multiple price book that you have made. Okay, and there is a checkbox if you have multiple that use standard price. Okay, because what is price book and price book entries is the major difference comes in, like we have suppose we have an Apple product. Okay, so that particular Apple product costs differently in the India region, in the Asia Pacific region. Okay, and it costs different in USA, Dubai, and okay, this is the major cost difference that comes. So for that we have a thing called price books, right? You have worked with it in sales and service, right? So what does price book do actually? It segregates, okay, where you are selling the product, what price of that product should be in that particular region. That is what price books do. So for now we are going to choose the standard price book and save it. Okay, right? We have a start date that we have added while creating the opportunity, right? The quote, sorry. Okay, now we can add the products that we want to add. For example, 10-inch tablet, right? Add this, select, and let's add another product, loss and damage. Okay, so loss and damage, yeah, this is the one, and we have added this as well. Okay, and let's quick save it. Right. So just a sec. Let me tell you this as well. After adding all the products, if you don't click on quick save, okay, you have still not added, or the backend part of it doesn't know that you have added the products. That should be a basic understanding. Okay, that should be understood itself. Okay, the records and has been fetched, the calculation has been done, right? All the calculation, all the records has been fetched. But if you don't click on quick save, the record is still not in the database. Okay, when you quick save it, there's a metadata imprinted for this record right now. Okay, and just know one thing, that there is a subscription term over here as well. Okay, which is 12 by default. If we do it 36, okay, let's see what happen if we do it 36 and quick save it. Guess the answer while the screen is loading. Okay, so the loss and damage warranty unit price has been changed from 15 to 45. Okay, and why is that? For 1 year it charges $15, but for 3 years it is going to charge $45. Okay, so this is it, but let's do some exercise as well now. Okay, go into loss and damage warranty, edit it, and I want to give here the subscription term as 36, and let's save it. Okay, now guess what will be the unit price of loss and damage warranty? Okay, will it be 45? Will it be 50? Will it 55 or 15? Okay, guess accordingly. Right, we need to remove this and then add this back again. Okay, loss and damage warranty. We have added loss and damage warranty again, right? And now it is showing $15 again, because we have fixed the price for over 3 years, that the subscription term is 36 years. So now 36 months, for those 36 months, the subscription price is going to remain the same. Okay, the price of loss and damage is going to remain the same, which is 10% of the total price which you have paid, right? Getting my point? So we have learned about products, we have learned about quotes, we have learned about opportunities, we have learned about accounts, how to go from creating an account to quote line editor, and how to add products from that. Okay, and now we are going to see what happens with the subscription term. Can we select that whether it's in months and it's days? Okay, how does this is functioning? Okay, now that is what we are going to see, right? So for now, let's save this. Okay, and we have two quote lines for this. Okay, two products, 10-inch tablet and loss and damage warranty. Okay, now let's save it. So we have already learned about subscription term and how does it works in a product, right? But we have never engaged any unit with it. What it is, month, day, a year, what are we talking about, right? So first of all, you should know, and it's particularly common sense as well, that the term length of this subscription is only applicable if the product is a subscription itself. If the product is an asset, the subscription term is of no use, right? If it is an asset, you buy it and then you don't have to think about paying it again, right? But if it's in subscription, then only you pay. Then only it will have this unit as subscription term. Okay. So let's learn what is a subscription term and how we can implement this, right? So go onto the setup menu, okay, and in the home button, go on the installed packages. We have done this before and we are going to do this again. Okay, in the installed packages, go on to configure. Okay, now here we have the same dialog that we used to uncheck the use legacy calculator, right? Go on to pricing and calculations. Okay, here is the use legacy calculator is unchecked. Okay, in the subscription and renewals, we have this subscription prorate precision and subscription term unit. Now, what does it mean? Okay, and how does it work? We are going to understand the working. Okay, in the prorate precision, we have day, calendar, monthly plus daily, day with calendar, month weighted, month, and monthly plus daily. And in the subscription term unit, we have month and day. Okay, so let's see how does it work actually. Okay, so I've prepared this Excel sheet, okay, which actually tells you what is happening in the backend part of it. Okay, the subscription prorate precision, okay, which is this one, subscription prorate precision. Okay, day, calendar, monthly plus daily, day with calendar month weighted, monthly and monthly plus daily, right? So let's start with day and subscription term unit. Okay, one thing to notice that subscription term unit is day only in case if you select subscription provided precision as day. Okay, that is the only case where day comes into play. Okay, so for example, if you have selected day and the subscription term unit is day as well, the formula is number of days in quote term divided by the number of days in quote line default subscription term. Okay, for an example, we have an MDM license with 1 year subscription and the list price of 12,000 rupees or dollars, right? And the subscription term starts with this date and ends with this date. One important thing that you should keep in your head that it is month, day, and year. Okay, Salesforce default takes it that way, right? It is 23rd of May 2019 and 30th of September 2019. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to calculate the total days and we are going to include the start day as well. Okay, important thing to notice that we are going to include the start day as well. So the total comes as 131 days and the prorate multiplier is 131 by 365. Okay, total days divided by the default subscription term. Okay, and the list price, prorated list price is 12,000. That is the list price of this particular MDM license multiplied by the prorate multiplier, and then you get this value, which is our prorated list price. Okay, so even if this contains a leap year, we don't take that in account. Okay, because we are working with total days over here. Now coming to day with month. Okay, what does it do? It is number of days in quote term divided by number of days in one full subscription term from your quote start date. Okay. Now, important thing to note over here is if your quote uses a start date and end date, the quote terms equals all the day in this period, included the end date. Okay, that is what I have told you. Start date will be also counted for, and same for the end date. End date and start date will be included. Okay, so now here's the thing, if this default subscription term, okay, if the default subscription term contains a leap year, right, the default subscription term that is 12 months, right, contains a leap year, then we have a prorate multiplier of 131 by 366. Okay, but if it is not a leap year, right, then a prorate multiplier is 131 by 365. Okay. Now to get this in detail, what I am exactly meaning here is that 5/23/19, 23 of May in 19, okay, to 22 of May in 20. Okay. If this default subscription has a leap year, right? This default subscription term has a leap year in it. Okay. Then we are going to take 366 days. But if it does not, then we are going to take 365 days. Right. Get this inside your head. Now, day with calendar month weighted. Okay, it has only subscription term unit as month, right? If your code term doesn't contain a leap day, Salesforce CPQ does not add an extra day to the full subscription term length. Only use 366 days if the effective subscription term actually includes a leap day, right? Understand this, that if the effective subscription term, that implies from a start date to your end date, if it contains a leap day, okay, then only you are going to divide it by 366. Okay, so for this example, our start date is 23/5/19 to 39/19, and it does not contain a leap day. Okay, starting from May and ending in September, we do not have a leap day in this, right? So we are not going to take 366, we are going to take 365. Okay, even though the default subscription does contain a leap day, but right now we are not going to take it. Okay, so understand this. So our prorate multiplier is again 131 by 365. Okay, we calculate the total days and divide it by the 365. Okay, coming on to monthly plus monthly. Length of your subscription term in whole months divided by product's subscription term. If your term contains a partial month, CPQ, Salesforce CPQ rounds the number of month to the nearest whole number. Okay. Even if it is, for example, there are only 4 whole months in your start date, effective start date and effective end date, right? And 2 days are extra. Even though they are just 2 days, it is gonna round up as a whole month. Okay. So now 4 months and 2 days will be counted as 5 months, not 4 months, right? You need to remember this. Consider subscription term on code contains 3 months and 1 day, then the prorate multiplier will be 4 by 12, not 3 by 12. Understand this. So here in this case, we have 23 of May 2019 through 2022, 22 of September 2019, right? And in this, we have total of 4 months, and due to the remaining 8 days, Salesforce CPQ count rounds the month to total to 5, right? So it is the prorate multiplier will be 5 by 12, not 4 by 12. Okay, and a prorated list price is the list price of that particular MDM license multiplied by the prorate multiplier. Okay, now let's go to monthly plus daily. The number of whole months plus decimal for any partial month at the end of the term divided by the value of your subscription term. Okay, partial month equals the number of days in the month divided by 365 by 12. You can select this setting only if your subscription term unit is in month. Okay, right, let's look at this. Okay, let's look at the calculations and then we'll understand more. Okay, so for example, your effective start date is 5/23/19 and the whole month calculation is 4 months, right? You have got 4 months and the remaining 8 days are there. So what we are going to use, we are going to use 8 divided by 365 divided by 12. And why are we doing this? Because we want to convert days into months, right? And to calculate the partial month value in a prorate multiplier, right? So the prorate multiplier is the total months added by the partial month calculation and the whole divided by 12, okay, which comes out to be 0.3553, and the prorated list price is 12,000 multiplied that prorate multiplier. Okay, coming on to calendar monthly plus daily. Okay, and this only includes months as well. Start date is inclusive in term date consideration. This is very important. Start date and end date is included. Okay, so all right, let's move on to this. The effective start date and the end of that particular month. Okay, so 23/5/19 and the end date is 31/5/19. Okay, for May. Okay, so the days that come in between is 9. Okay, Now, according to your calculation, it will be 8, but we are going to include the start day as well and the end day. So it comes out as 9 by 31, right? These, and then afterwards we are going to calculate the whole days and the partial days in the end date as well. Okay, so this comes out to be a factor. Then the prorate multiplier is the whole months added with the effective start days, okay, and the effective end days, okay, and the whole divided by 12, which comes out to be this. And the prorated list price is prorate multiplier multiplied by the list price of it. Okay, I know the calculation might be difficult at this point of time, but try to do it with the start date and end date of your choice. Okay, and then check it with the particular products that you want to implement on. Right, you can select a monthly calendar, monthly plus daily over here, and then do the calculations accordingly. If you add the product in the code line editor, the list unit price will change. Okay, get this inside your head, it will change, and you can check your calculations accordingly. Okay, so for an exercise, you can take any start date and end date of your choice and then move on with it. Okay, so what we have learned today is basically how this subscription term works. Okay, and how we can change the default settings of it, the prorate precision, the subscription term unit, and stuff like this. Okay, it might be a tiny bit complex for you right now, but go with the flow. Okay, try it on your own. Okay, and you'll get this. Right, it's not something which is very hefty and hard to calculate. It's very easy and you can do this. Afterwards, we are going to move to bundled products. And what are the bundled products? Right, so we are going to learn about bundled products as well. But first of all, do this exercise. Do what is day with calendar month weighted, monthly plus monthly, and right, monthly plus daily, calendar monthly plus daily, right?